Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. Hopefully, everyone is ready for another fun, Team Steam week. Since this is where we start our week. We go every Wednesday through Monday, 8 a.m. Central. But I'm a little sleepy because those Lakers kept me up way too late going into overtime. But what an exciting way to start the play-in rounds for the NBA Finals. How are you today, Ramon?
Great, Mindy, and welcome to the morning steam with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahn. I'm Ramon Scott from the sports betting capital of the world in Las Vegas. Yeah, Mindy, we saw play-in games number 1 and 2.
Right.
The defense showed up a little bit in these games, and we saw last night overtime. What a finish! Comeback by the Lakers. No chance. Well, I guess they did have a chance to get the number actually. Uh, Taking a bit of a lead a couple of times. Minnesota fights back. I had a couple of winners with premium picks in the NBA to start the uh, play-ins, playoffs.
Whichever.
It's a play. I mean,
same thing.
I guess the thing is, I mean, with the double chance, if you will, of the, you know, higher seeded teams, they get that opportunity. And we see, of course, the Heat, the Timberwolves, they'll get another chance. So it's not a play. Well, I don't know. Just because you'll play, if you lose.
How about a seeding game, right? Like it's, just to see where you finally wind up.
Hello to everyone in the chat, starting to file in. Yep, daytime baseball.
Yeah, Blake, it's my favorite. Yeah.
We'll start our talk with baseball today. Then we'll go NBA, then NHL. So get ready for the big sports betting day. Also, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Just let you know we've got premium picks today. You're going to get some great picks here for today's action from Mindy and I. Free, complimentary, rapid fire picks coming up. But our best picks today are going to be over at Tony'sPicks.com, where you'll find the premium picks for our Wednesday action, Mindy. Take a look at what's going on there. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all of our premium pick packages on Wednesday in the NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball. Nick in there, he's got a soccer best bet, Champions League action yesterday. We didn't touch on it at all. I mean, it is, we're in, the playoff rounds of the Champions League, and he's got a pick coming up in a couple of hours there. Let's see what game, or maybe we can even sneak in and see what game it's in. Napoli and Milan. He's also got the Chelsea Real Madrid game for today. Collins has a 5-pack, 5-pack with 4 games in Major League Baseball, 1 in the NBA. Ben in here with a 3-pack of Major League games today. Daniel has a 5-pack. Tony T's got a 3-pack with 1 MLB game and 2 in the NBA for tonight's action. Nick also a 3-pack. So plenty of premium picks already up and available. And I'll be coming in with some baseball action here just as soon as we go over our plays on the morning steam. Hopefully everybody did well on Tuesday. Let's say hello to everyone. Ron was here to open the door for us. And he had a good night.
I guess so. Looks like all winners there.
Looks like a Twitter post there with so many check marks. Good job on those. Blake is here today. Hello. Ziggy. Thomas is here today as well. Dart thrower in. And hello to Sherilyn Sarkeesian joining us from the other network. Hello, good morning. Thank you. It's great, Mindy.
Right. Yes, it's awesome that some folks come over from the channel to check us out.
And Doubles is here as well. And Michelle's here. So we'll see the playoffs continue, the play-ins continue tonight
Right.
with the Bulls in Toronto, OKC. But yeah, yesterday, Mindy, Atlanta really dominated.
I
Wow.
guess. Yeah. It was. I don't think there was ever any doubt there at all. Got the lead, held the lead, ran away with the lead.
And well, I don't know if you want to call Trey Young flaky. He certainly seemed in command of the whole situation. There, really, the rebounding was the key. The rebounding was the key. I mean, that's uh, Miami's got to be scratching their heads on that. The rebounding was so dominant by the Hawks. It was this story of the game, no doubt. Also, uh, Minnesota, look, they seemed to surge to the lead continuously, and then the Lakers finally put it together enough to get their dramatic finish. LeBron still does play some spectacular ball. Uh, Man, they've got to be gassed, though. They do have time to rest. Jared Bush here today. He did say more of a heat collapse. I don't what, but the Heat just didn't seem ready to go. You know, they did continue to fight back, no doubt about it, right? So, and yep. Oh yeah, Lakers made it. Sure. hmm Yeah, my mistake there. I only thought of it that way because I got the money with the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves come back and play, of course, on the next on the other play-in again. So they're the one that with the other chance. I don't know. I was just thinking because they covered the spread. I had Atlanta and I had Minnesota as my premium plays to start the playoffs, and also Mindy, I gave out the under on our show on Monday in
That is
both games.
correct.
I took the under, so I guess 4-0 in the NBA. I called it. So all right, we're gonna get started right away, I guess. Looks like we got regulars in here and some and newcomer or two. Yeah, Jared's been here before. He told us UConn.
It was a Yukon play. Easy money.
Well, I had UConn to win it all, so I don't know if did Jared tell us UConn before the tournament?
No,
Was
I
it?
think they're saying still that they're calling plays that they think are just going to win are their Yukon plays, like easy money wins.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I mean? I think they're now calling it a Yukon, like um, something
Yeah,
that's an easy win. We're going to call it a Yukon
okay,
now.
understood.
There we
Okay.
go. All right. Kind
I
of like
thought,
the Rays keep covering the run
oh
line.
my
It's
gosh,
a
the
Yukon,
Rays.
something like that.
The Rays, the Rays, the Rays. I mean, is today the day the Rays will have a tough game? All right, get ready to go, everybody, and we'll just start and see. We got 30 over 30 in here, so I think we can get going with the show today. Lots of day baseball. How many? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in the day. 9.
Was it 9? I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I just guessed at 15.
You wanted them all to be daytime,
It
but then
seemed like forever.
we won't have any at night. Gotta have some at night.
Hmm. Okay, I guess. Okay. We got basketball though, right?
Yep.
There's
Yep.
something to do.
And 3 games on the ice as well. Where is my hockey? I don't want to lose my. There it is. Okay. Don't want to use my hockey notes. That would be sad. All right, and we'll talk Major League Baseball, and I don't know we could recap yesterday. I guess Ryan King of Mountcastle, is the star of the day with 9 RBIs. Is that right?
Can't be right, can it?
Wow, what a day! Okay, Well, we'll just get rolling and see what happens with the show. See if we can come up with Team Steam winners. Hopefully, you guys got them ready.
The 10 horse. Oh, I'm getting insider info. Here we go. 10 horse.
Sending you out to Kentucky today, it looks like.
Race 4. All right. 6-1. I'm on it. There we go.
Okay.
Winner.
Now we can start. Okay, I was just waiting for Curtis to get here before
Curtis made it.
I was kind of stalling a little bit. There it is, our horse play of the day from Jared at Keeneland. The 10 horse in race 4 at Keeneland. I guess I could type in look for the entries here and give us more. I guess I could give us more information if we really wanted to on that race. We haven't. I don't know. That might be our first horse racing coverage on the show. Let's see here. All right, man. I was gonna see if I could do it real quick. I didn't want to keep us too long here, Mindy.
How to get to it.
If someone's willing to come in, that's wow. It's so interesting at Keeneland. What did it say? The 10 horse.
The 10 horse at race 4.
King Air. That'd be like an error, like an heir apparent. So that's Keen Air in race 4 with Dallas Stewart aboard. Dallas Stewart training, and Cohen on is the jockey in that one. All right, I'm just checking it out, making a note here.
Right, checking it twice.
We don't, Sherilyn, but you know what? Willing to take Jared's advice here for a play. Well, we'll be up watching. All right. No, we're doing baseball. All right. Let's get rolling with the major leagues. Get started with the show. I think we're holding steady, looks like, here at 30 to start. So we'll just everyone's here that wants to be here. I guess everyone's doing so well with their own plays. They don't need us too much. I had another winning day over there in Premium Land, but it wasn't by much. But I was happy with those basketball results, certainly, to start the play-ins here with those wins. All right. Daytime starts here, 12:35 Eastern, 11:35 Central, 9:30 Pacific. The Astros and the Pirates. Urquidy and Hill. Mindy, everybody's making fun of Rich Hill. He has had a win so far. Well, the Pirates have won with him so far. What do you have in this one to get us started on the show? Here, the Bucks continue to fight hard a little bit.
Yeah, that is true. But kind of the way I see it is the Astros have just been, taking out lefties here this season. I mean, if you take a look at what they've been doing against lefties, it's a lot. 4 of their 10 home runs here come off the lefty as well. Taking the Astros here today, -165.
All right, maybe it's a reasonable price. Mindy's thinking. For Houston here with Urquidy, $1.65 on the road against Hill. Mindy on Houston here. And boy, that total, 9/30, huh? What did that open?
They don't even usually show that. Why don't they just go to 9.5?
Yeah, in fact, I am showing several books now starting to get to 9.5. Juice down a little bit to the under. So I was just going with the numbers on a one of the books that we follow. But boy, it looks like it could get to 9.5. We've seen some overs for sure from the Astros and Pirates so far. Ziggy is leaning here. He's got a lean. He's always holding up these walls. But Michelle wants the Astros on the run line at -1.5, -115 or so. Sherilyn, Astros here. Matt here today. Good to see Matt. I when I went to sleep, I liked the Major League card. When I woke up, I wasn't as keen
What?
on.
All the pitching changes or what?
Here, huh?
Pitching changes?
No, was there some?
I thought there was like who they were projecting to
Oh well,
win.
yeah. There, in fact, I mean, because we do have like
I think
three.
they were saying like Eflin was Woodruff, and then now we have different folks in there, I believe.
Yeah, well, 3 or 4, several pitchers where making debuts, if you will. Here's Butterscotch on the Astros. So Jared's had a pretty good run, he says, with Tampa Bay.
Sure.
Yeah, when do we get off Tampa Bay? At
Not
this
for a while.
point, yeah. Jay Peasy here today wants the Astros in this one. And that's what I said yesterday. Maybe the Astros have found someone, but they ended up blowing that one. I thought I had a winner there in the heading in with that 4-2. I had the under as a premium yesterday, and then boom.
I see what you're saying. When you woke up, you had some losers. I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
No. I mean last. I meant last. No. I meant
Okay.
I liked today. When I went to sleep on today's car, I would look at the games. I'm like, yeah, I like
Okay.
this,
Okay.
I like
Gotcha.
this. And then I'm looking at today. I'm looking at line movement, and I'm like, I'm not so sure.
Gotcha.
So. All right, Matt.
He's mad about it.
Well, Matt says
I know.
what's my DFS hand, but I mean I'm not playing any right now. I'm just Ramon Scott Sports, but I mean, not playing any DFS here in Nevada now. Really bumming me out during baseball
They
season.
don't let him. Rude.
Yeah, well, I got to make the call here, Mindy, in this one, and boy, if it's going to go to 9.5, I know there's going to be runs scored. I think. I know there's going to be runs scored. I just am, thinking that maybe this is a time where it can, in this day game, that'll end up staying under. That's what I'm going to end up. Blake likes the under if 9.5. I think we have the option to get a 9.5. It's either going to be 8.5. It's either going to be 9 over or 9.5 under. I think you kind of have your pick of the two there. So. And let's see here. Okay. I think that's all we got. Boy, I see, the runs here. I don't know, Urquidy and Hill. It just feels like the day game is going to stay under today. Help me out in the chat. I gotta be, I gotta make. Yeah, it's gotta be the Astros. Mindy, I'm gonna have to try to take this one. I would think I might go with them here with you. Lots of runs, Sherilyn says. Boy, just feels like in the day game it might not have the type of run production that need to get to possibly 10 runs here. Really, 10 runs. I mean, that's what you need. But I don't know. They exploded yesterday as well. So, all right, Mindy, I'm gonna take the. What am I gonna do, you guys? Here's Matt D on Houston run line. I think Butterscotch is talking about Rich Hill. I don't know, Mindy. Do you think everybody Astros good for 6? Jared says everybody likes the look. These teams have produced a lot of runs and ended up going over. So there's movement coming in on the over, no doubt about it. All right, let me check one more thing here.
All right.
I'm off to a terrible start this week with us, and holding up the show.
The suspense is killing me, Ramon.
It's killing me right now. Maybe we should start the show over. I don't
Should we
know.
start again? Mm.
Okay. Yeah, nobody's too hot on this one, it seems like to me.
Butterscotch says 6 runs in the first inning.
Okay, well, here's my last thing I'm going to say before I make the call, and I'm probably
right.
just going to. I don't want. So far, Mindy, over. I keep preaching every show about over this, the rules that, blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure I'm on the record from the beginning of the season. I posted this note in the Discord last night, so I know some of you in the chat saw it. And Jared wants a alter. I think that's an alternative team total possibly there at over 6.5. Is that what I'm looking at? Astros. I agree with this comment that the Astros not a lot of value with that 165. Never going to skip a game. I've already promised Mindy no more passing. So, but Mindy, I'm on the record. I think it's clear. I was, from the get go of the season, I want to go over, right? Didn't I? I mean,
Yeah.
because of I was Mr. Rule Change. I'm with especially with the shift, bigger bases, more stolen bases. Yesterday on Tony's show. Sorry, TJ, I'm ready. I'm going over, but I'm just concerned because the sharps are steaming the over right now. I'm looking at it. It's funny, right? Look at your screen. Anybody with an odd screen, it's moving right now. I mean, Mindy, all the 9 overs are almost gone.
Are they?
As
They're
I've
watching
started,
you, Ramon. They're watching you.
maybe now I'm starting to wonder if that's the case because I'm building up the thought process in my. Maybe I'm still sleepy. I don't know. I've been up 3 hours trying to make sure I get this card right. Sorry, TJ, I'm going over. Oh, let me just put that. This is my
So, Astros or over?
over.
Okay. All right.
I'm done.
Okay.
If you guys want me to stop talking, I will. I know you did.
No, I thought you were siding with the Astros for a second, and then
I know. I was. I'm just concerned with what Jared said too. That maybe and again, the the Astros bullpen, blah blah blah. Well, what happened yesterday? And again, I mean, it's early. Even the Astros can give it up, right? So, but yesterday, I mean, maybe I'm just bitter because I thought I had a winner yesterday with an under in that game, and then all of a sudden it's 4-2.
right. You're like, I got this. Not
I'm
a
like
problem.
ready to put it in as a W, and then it's 4-4, and then that was an automatic loss because it was 8.5. So I'm over. So intern, let me just say though, I just wanted to make the point about how I feel about the overs and blah blah blah, and I'm a little, I want the over today. I'm worried about the daytime that it might end up short, especially now. I'm going to have to go over 9.5, I think. But so far this season, now the official tally is overs 94, unders 69. So that's coming in at 57% so far. Overs
That's
dominating.
Huge. What a huge betting trend there, though. Huge. Okay.
57%, right? I mean, you could take over in every game so far this season and be. We make fun of because we're just trying to get to 56%. To cover for our premium plays. You could just pick the over on every game just blindly, and you'd be hitting well enough, right? So okay, over it is. That's the one I feel.
I'm gonna look up his ground ball ratio now that you said that.
Yeah. Oh, for Hill or
no, Urquidy.
Oh, okay. Boom! I just disappeared. Gotta plug something in here, and we're gonna die over on this computer. Okay.
Oh.
Thanks, Darren's here today. We're just underway, Darren. Good to see you. We're rolling with these. We've only made it to one game because of me. All right. The Padres are going to take on the Mets here today, and Snell and McGill. Snell, he's over so far as the Padres have not. They're 0-2 with Snell so far, I believe, and McGill comes in here and he's actually been profitable so far and looked pretty decent. What's going on with this one?
Well, I mean, I'm going to go over the total here, over this 8.5 here. Snell gives up a 357 batting average versus this Mets team, and McGill, 0.486 batting average versus the Padres. I think I'm going to go over the total here in this one.
I'm not going to hem and haw with this one. I want to go over with Mindy Hahn.
All right, we got it.
It's 8.5 flat, no doubt about it. Pretty sure that's, you know, there were some openers at 8 over juiced, but the steam came in on the over and it hasn't really gone too high. I think the same thing holds here a little bit, though, for me. About look, a little warmer weather, daytime, maybe the ball can carry a little bit out, and that does help. But um, sometimes I have reservations too with daytime play. Let's take a look at what the chat's coming in with here. TJ on the Mets, Sherilyn on the Padres. I mean, understood. It's nearly a pick'em game here. The Mets are slightly favored. Jared says take the Mets. Gerardo on the Mets. Michelle on the Mets. Jared says he would go under though. Actually, and again, you're talking to Mr. Under, right? But I've been because of the rule change, it felt like it would not be. And that's funny, right? Because why wouldn't bookmakers generally trend? Why wouldn't you just push everything up a little bit? You know what the public's going to do. So I don't know if it's been costly to bookmakers so far with the overs of winning at such a decent rate. You think 57% on the surface, Mindy. That's huge, actually. That's
It is
not
huge. Like, if you take a look at a winning percentage at 53 and a winning percentage at 57, I mean, if you would take a look at your bottom line, it would be huge.
yeah,
That's a sports
yeah.
better.
Yeah. In fact, the larger you get on percentages like that, when sports bet, for example, you talk about the 52%, you talk about 56, 57%, like you were really trying to hit. But the difference between like 56 and 50, when you get up to like exponentially 61 to 62, that's even more
Oh
huge.
yeah, I mean,
And
no kidding.
63 to 64, not meaning just because 63 is better than 57. It's actually the increase of 1 percentage point each time it goes higher is kind of like almost like a 10x in a
Oh
way.
sure. I mean, you're talking about like at 53%, $100,000, and 56 at like $1 million. I mean, like it's like that big a difference.
You really can do it. So Ziggy leaning to the Mets, butterscotch Mets. Uh, Sherilyn says the starting pitching is the advantage here. Does that mean McGill? Look, Blake Snell has been, the guy he has the longer term reputation here. I think everyone has high hopes for McGill. Mets got to be a premium here, is what TJ's saying. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about. I don't know. Snell, yeah, Snell has not. It's question mark whether or not Snell is going to be any good for the Padres anymore. I don't know. Ron wants Urquidy's K's over 4.5. That doesn't seem too bad at all, does it? Oh, that's in the other game. Sorry about that. Hi, Rodney. Good to see you today. Yep, thanks, Matt. We made it through 2 games with you. Sorry about that.
Didn't make it to the Rockies.
All right. Thomas said betting 102, like we're better than betting 101. We're betting 102. We're like super knowledgeable.
Yeah. Bankroll management. That's
Or do
what
we
it's
just
about.
baseball total. Rodney's throwing up some totals there in the chat, so check it out. Let's keep going. I mean, I got the play in. We're on the over. That's our first premium consensus underway in the early games. Yankees and Schmidt Guardians and Battenfield. So here's one of our pitchers, Mindy, that making a first start here today. This is uh, Peyton Battenfield, a pretty decent prospect here, uh, getting the call. It's Aaron Savali that is injured now, so Battenfield comes up to be a starter here. Schmidt Yankees have lost in both of Schmidt's starts so far.
Yeah, I mean, so to me, this kind of looks like a bullpen game then, right? I mean, Schmidt, he gets hit around a little bit. Battenfield has never, of course, faced the Yankees. So who knows how long he's going to be in. I think both bullpens here are pretty decent here. But I'm still going to go ahead and take the over in this one. I kind of feel like once we get into bullpens for long periods of time, it's kind of set up for some additional runs in this game. Going over.
Yeah, I think Battenfield feels like an opener. I would expect uh, Connor Pilkington to maybe be the guy who's the in line, no, without trying to handicap it too far in, but looking at what they might come with. That's the way I was trying to look at the game a little bit in this one. But you said runs, right?
Yeah, I went over the total here. I think there's going to be runs here.
Okay. Well, I mean, there definitely is, especially you figure this 9.5 is juiced. Has it gone up any more? How we looking there? It's holding steady, but public looks like they're going to be pretty hot on the over here as well. And let's see what we might have in the comments from everyone on this one. Jared on the Guardians, Ziggy on the Guardians here. Curtis on Cleveland. A lot of people on Cleveland, but I don't know. Here's an over here from Dart Thrower. Here's Blake on Cleveland. Butterscotch on the. It's all Cleveland and over in the chat. Not many people respecting the Yankees here just yet.
Right.
That's interesting to me. Sherilyn likes the Guardians at home. And Ziggy on the Guardians. TJ Guardians. Wow. You guys are liking, I mean, Guardians starting, basically first time major leaguer, and then Connor Pilkington. Schmidt's been a disappointment, I would guess, obvious so far, if they haven't won with him. Dart thrower, though, on the Yankees here. Gosh, I mean, it's like, man, the Yankees at this price, but, they kind of came through with the bats yesterday after Cole was touched up a bit. Not a great start, certainly for him. So, all right, Mindy, I think I'm gonna probably. Boy, I'm not. Maybe they can help you guys.
Ramon is stumped on game number 3 again. Not stumped,
Yeah.
but probably doesn't want to go against me. It probably doesn't want to go against the chat.
No, but yeah, and again, though, I mean, the Yankees came back. They fought back yesterday. Ended up getting the win. Solo on the Yankees here. So there's a little bit more Yankee support. No, I mean, I don't know if I have just maybe this one might be the underplay for me. I don't know. These two teams have not produced. If I looked up and down the card today, Mindy, and tried to say which teams of all these matchups aren't producing as many overs, these two are up there. I think they're. I you might have it there. I probably should. I'm usually Mr. Trend guy, but again, early on, I'm not as much as hot as I am on more like the league wide trend, I mean, 10, 11 games in, yeah, I'm interested in what they're doing. So, Cleveland 8-4 to the over so far. Yankees 5-6. Well, that's a little, that's saying something certainly. So I think you could say that these two are actually putting up some overs to a certain extent. So, all right, I'm sold, Mindy. I'll do it.
What are we doing?
I'll go over with you. Well, I am concerned.
I'm just kidding you. Uh,
I have concerns in this one. Um, I shouldn't, I guess. I mean, look at Cleveland scoring. Schmidt has not obviously been, you know, they haven't been able to win with Schmidt. What's his ERA is like almost 10. So, and Cleveland bullpen game doesn't sound like a thrill, does it? Let's go more overs.
All right.
It's gonna be a 3-hour show because of me. The White Sox and the
You
Twins.
can't help it. You're a methodical thinker, Ramon. You can't help it.
Yeah, overthinking it. Maybe that's okay. I mean, uh, I thought my way to a. I don't know what I was yesterday. 4-3, 5-4 in premium, whatever it was. I was just happy because the basketball won. I see TJ talking about it a little bit. All right, White Sox, Giolito, Twins, Sonny Gray. I know my Grays now. I know which Grays on which team now, and so Sonny Gray here minus $1.60, 8.5 over 15.
All right. Well, for me, Giolito just hasn't looked very good. He's allowed 7 runs on 12 hits so far. This is another one I'm going to go over the total here in this one.
All right. Probably end up joining you. I mean, I don't know if I can go over in every game, but
Well, I'm not going to go over in every game, Ramon.
I might. I don't know. All right. Sherilyn on the Twins, TJ on the Twins, Dart Thrower Twins, Blake Twins, everybody Twins. There's so many twins, they're quadruplets. They're quintuplets, octuplets. Feel like we're on one of those shows with 8 kids.
With 8 kids. Octomom?
What was that one? Yeah, the family. It was, they got famous, and just like half the people in the world, they ended up, screwing up their lives, including their kids. All right. Solo Sox money line here. They've lost both of Giolito's first 2 starts. A little bit scary there, Mindy.
Right.
With that, these teams definitely producing some overs thus far. I guess I could say that almost down the line for every team at this point. Like I said, that's a league-wide trend that just is carrying over to every team. It's just it's pretty consistent. That almost all the teams are producing to the same rate as the league-wide. A few of them over there a little bit higher. All right. Doubles are one of our Chicago correspondents here says Twins on the money line. Maybe is it a fade of gray? Right here, the White Sox hot gray, hot as well. And yeah, not bad. I'll go over. We'll go over. That's fine.
All right. Number 3, consensus play.
Well, calling it 8 is enough. Okay. Well, I agree. That's more my generation. But I was thinking of the TLC channel and the more modern day.
Yeah, there was tons of them, right? The Doricos. That's the one where they had all the twins. I think they had 10 or 12 kids. Yeah, the Duggars. There was the Octomom.
Oh,
They
is
had
that what
tons
that
of
was? I thought Jared was talking about the Dodgers or something. That was
kids.
their name, the Duggars. Okay, got it. All right, Mindy. Well, Steam came in on the over. That's good enough for me.
Okay.
Uh, if the sharps are going to come in and push these numbers higher, and the bookmakers are going to, uh, you know, respond to them, I'd have to think the runs are still coming. I'm turning myself into Mister Over at this point. We're on 3 games and they're all over. So
Right.
here's another one that from yesterday was a massive over, and it's the Mariners and the Cubs. With this one's a pick'em today with Gilbert and Stroman. These two, another one of the two teams that were not producing overs as high of a rate, but yesterday shot through the roof. I was on the over. The Steam came in on the over. The Cubs, of course, came back from a massive early deficit and ended up winning comfortably.
Right.
That's how
Yeah,
many
I mean,
runs are being scored. But again, and I talk about all those runs and overs and all that, and talk about these teams scoring double digits. Yesterday, a handful of teams scored double digits.
right. Well, I mean, this is one I wanted to, maybe check out. I was thinking about maybe just taking off and going the 6 hours. But the Mariners play
Oh,
Kansas City in August, so we'll go ahead and we'll put that on the schedule instead. It's a lot.
that's months away.
I know it is, but but yeah, I mean, it's one of these that I finally maybe Seattle's bats caught fire a little bit. I don't think it's going to go that way here again today. I think this one's definitely going to go under in this one. That's where I'm headed.
Yeah, the Steam came in on the over here, by the way.
Probably. But yeah, I mean, after you see what happened yesterday where they put up 25 runs or whatever it is, I mean, of course you're gonna, but they played a 2-0 ball the day before. Now we got better pitchers. I think we're gonna going under.
Yeah, I'm almost willing for the maybe one game. Maybe I could just change my tune and quit talking about it as if it's like one big bet on the over every game. Sure, I'd probably take the Grand Salami over here, but Stroman, they've won. Hey, doing well with Stroman, doing well if you're betting Stroman so far. Maybe the Mariners have a bullpen issue in them as well. Ziggy on the Mariners here, but TJ Cubs. Demetrius here today. He wants the Cubs. Jared's on the Cubs. Doubles here, likes Cubs plus a run. Probably not a great price, but
Yeah.
let's see. I don't know if TJ's saying he grand slam plus a sprinkle on the which money line though. And here's Stroman. I don't know. It feels like Stroman would be a guy who would like to like pitching in Wrigley. I don't know. Easy to say when you're up a couple of units already. Sherilyn today, great contributor. Cheryl, have we had Sherilyn before? But I'm
I,
happy.
I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe not. But it's nice to have you today.
Yes, I'm very pleased. Okay, double says Stroman over K's against this Mariners lineup. Michelle on the Cubs here. Butterscotch likes that Cubs lineup. Jared already got a basketball question for you there in the chat, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna
yeah,
see what I got.
we're just trying to get through the
I mean,
play.
I don't have the Knicks winning the first game, if that's what you mean. So I don't know. We'll see.
Cubs here for TJ. Oh, he said slam the Cubs run line is what I think that's what
Okay.
that means.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, if you say Cubs money line and then okay.
It says and
Cubs front line.
he'll take 2 run. I mean, wow. I mean, that's got to be because plus 1.5 has got to be over $2. Has got to be $2 or something because I think their Cubs are actually the run line favorite despite the pick 'em. I didn't look at the alternate run line, but I guess I could. And let's see, the Cubs plus 1.5. Oh, minus 170. So 2 runs, probably what 240, 235. Okay, somewhere around there. You know what I mean. Um, Nico Horner for doubles. Talking about that. Oh, awesome, Sherilyn. Okay, first time chatting. Yeah, it's obvious you knew, what was going on. We could tell by, what you were coming in with so many picks, and that's what we're look. That's what we look for because the chat is the stars here. And I went. Yeah, I'm thinking, trying to get that where Tony has the chat going on the screen and trying to figure out how I can do that with this program. Just not sure yet. How I can kind of get that going. So, yeah, Mindy, Stroman feels pretty good. But again, you look at this total. This is what bothers me about this game because there's no doubt, even with Stroman as hot as he's been, the total in this game is uh, mostly 11. So to me, it says that this game has you know weather can. Let me check it. How strong is that wind, you guys? That is the key to know um, in the game. So wind is blowing straight out to center field between 15 and 17 miles an hour. So that's surely why uh, the sharps have come in here on the over. I show 10.5, but there's right now. I mean, I don't know if it's steamy, right? Getting steamy in here right now, but at this point, this total is going up over 11 in a game. And you guys talk about it in the chat that just Strowman has had success. But I'll take the Cubs here. I'll just take the Cubs with Strowman at home. They are hitting. Yeah, they are hitting. Mariners got lucky. Cubs won that game, though, right? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. I think sure maybe the Mariners got lucky on the fast start yesterday. Is that it? Because it was it. I think it was like 8-2 or 8-1 early, and then the Cubs came all the way back. Scotch, another Chicago correspondent. Cubs almost a lock. It's pretty cheap price. Okay, Mindy, I am really going long on these. Boy, I'm sorry. You probably have something to do. Cardinals and Rockies. Cardinals on the road, $1.70, 13 over 15. 13 over is favored.
Well, I feel like I got to take Flaherty in the Cardinals today. He does have that 32% K rate versus Urena. He's been okay, but historically not great. 12.5 K rate. Taking Flaherty today. So going with
Cardinals, yeah. Well, Cardinals got it done yesterday. Coming back, I had a premium on the Rockies, and they ended up building a pretty sizable lead. No lead safe, of course, in Colorado. Cardinals came back and tied it at 6. Ended up winning 9-6. So wasn't pleased. Rockies took the steam today. So did the over. Urena, yeah, I mean, he does. I don't know. He's down a couple of units already so far. Do I, can I really trust him here as an underdog? I mean, I want to take these, Rockies as a dog, but paid price yesterday. Here's some plays coming in, and we got Curtis. He likes the over here in a Rockies game. Look, here's the funny thing about it is, and I talked about the match. These two teams, if I'm not mistaken, have the most unders if you combine them so far. It's hard to say. Let's see. St. Louis is 4-7 so far to the under. Rockies are over at home 4-2 to the over so far. And this is a day game, a little bit different. Rockies in a day game. TJ on the over, Sherilyn on the cards, Gerardo over. Everyone loves the over. Um, I do too. It's now 13. I don't like that. It's too high, really. No value on the over here. Can't lay 165 with Mindy, I'm afraid. I know everybody's on the over. I'll probably go over as well. 13. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'll take it as my show pick. I will go over here. Steam's on the over, like I said. But Cardinals 1-4 to the under on the road. This is in Colorado, though. They went over yesterday. Butterscotch, not fond of Urena at this point. Some player props going on in there as well. Brewers and the Diamondbacks. A couple of pitchers haven't made a start yet. Uh, Junk is coming in here. We can make some puns. But we've done that before. Everyone's done that. It might be tired, but still fun to say. We've seen Jameson for the Diamond. We've seen him in a relief role. He's been strong, so maybe he's earned a start here. Mindy, I don't know if he's a rotational pitcher. I mean, it might be a bit of an opener, right? I mean, he's been a reliever in a couple of appearances so far. So we'll see. And Junk, I don't know if he is a guy who's going to go very long either. But we did see him last year, of course, with your Angels. Last couple years, really, but not too many appearances, but a few starts for the Angels in the past.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, neither of these pitchers have played against each other's, teams. I don't really have much on either of these two folks here as a projection. Milwaukee just kind of tends to lose, when they're underdogs. That's kind of where the line sat earlier when I was taking a look at it. I always think sometimes Vegas knows maybe a little bit better than I do. I'm going to go ahead and take the Diamondbacks here in this one at a pick 'em. I had Diamondbacks like minus 115 earlier.
Yeah, they've been doing a nice job so far. Brian McKeever, I love that. Is listening while he's out there mowing the lawn. Does anybody like those videos where the guy goes to the random house that has let their lawn grow because some 90-year-old lady lives there and never can cut her? And then, people like to watch those videos because they're so satisfying. What is that called? They show them cutting the lawn, or there are those other types of. Have you or watch that show? You ever watch that pimple popper lady?
Yeah.
That's kind of gross, but some
Dr.
people,
Lee?
yeah,
Sandra Lee, yeah. I love
yeah.
Pimple Popper.
Some people like find things like someone cutting grass or
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
the
Yeah,
little
my
thing
sister
that'll
likes
smooth the
to
sand.
watch the people paint, like, and then it goes in like fast motion.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they speed up the motion. I don't know.
And some people find that like it in their brain, but the guy cutting the grass. So Brian, maybe here's Demetrius on the Brewers today. TJ's got his dog of the day here with Arizona. Are they even a dog? I guess they are, right? I mean, but not.
Maybe now, but I don't know.
No, they're favorite. In fact, I think I need to
Back to
fix.
favorite, yeah.
No, I think I need to fix the graphic actually. Um, I listed them as a pick 'em. Now they're up to as high as $1.25. This is certainly a move. Diamondbacks took the steam, so a 9.9.5 under 20 is the total. Let me flash a new line on the screen, even here, Mindy. Oops, no, that's not. I thought I. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Um, I've discovered a bug, and I'm now in the program. 125, 9.5 under 20. So I'll get on with you. I think this is a significant move here to Arizona. I don't think Junk was anything that special with the Diamondbacks. Maybe he's got a future. Jameson, like I said, good relief stints so far with the Diamondbacks. So I'm gonna take another one with you here and go on Arizona. Just glad to be back after our one day. I want to get some action here with Mindy.
Right. Right.
Mhm. And any more? Ziggy would take the under. I just don't know. I'm gun shy on the under.
Yeah.
I have a few plays that I have listed under, and I just can't necessarily even get behind it because of what's happening on these late games, these bullpens. Maybe because I did take a couple losses yesterday in premium land that were, felt like they were going to be wins, and uh, Butterscotch on Arizona with us. A dart thrower likes the lawn guy. I think there's actually two like major lawn guys that go out there and do those. So, all right. And Justin here today. He's on the Brewers though. And TJ looks like that's Diamondbacks money line.
He just wanted him as a dog. That's
Oh,
gone.
well,
They
yeah,
got
that's right. He was the one that said dog of the day. But yeah, favored now. Jared loves the Brewers today. Oh, oh. Okay. Yeah, it's not over until it. No, it's not under until it's over. What's the saying, you guys? That's another channel, so we won't.
I don't know.
It's not under until it's over because you can't win your under until the game is finally over. That's a fact. But you can win an under in the game. You can win an over and the game's still going. Uh, Marlins and the Phillies. Well, we saw yesterday, of course, man, the another one where Mindy, I felt like I might have had the right call. I had a premium on the Phillies, but how dare I go against Luzardo? Anyway, here's Cabrera and Wheeler in this one. Steam came in on the over here. Cabrera's Marlins have lost both of his starts.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take the Marlins here on the run line. That run and a half is sitting at about minus 125. Both pitchers here pretty evenly matched. Both throw in the high, 80s, both with 25% K rate. Cabrera, though, he has the .174 batting average versus the Phillies, and Wheeler, the .297 batting average versus this Marlins team. So I kind of give the edge here to the Marlins. But that Phillies team, they kind of scare me now. I think they're kind of maybe catching a little bit of fire here. I don't want to take them at minus 185, so I prefer the Marlins getting the run here.
Yeah, Wheeler, they did win one of his starts. Let's see. Here's TJ on the Marlins. Justin, I think he's saying over in this game. I feels like that's what he means. Hope I'm right, Justin. Curtis will lay it. We know he'll take a big dog. We know Curtis will, has no problem laying some juice as well. And I respect that. Ziggy would take the Phillies on the run line. He'd go ahead and lay it with these Marlins. Yeah, Marlins awkward start, and their lineup is weak. I mean, there's no doubt, you guys. There's no doubt the lineup's weak. But what happened yesterday? They were able to strike. Thomas Lewis says in Marlins he likes them. But and it was Luis Ariz. I mean, look, Luis Ariz was the star yesterday. And I mean, who do the Marlins have? They have Jazz and they have Ariz. And are any of these other guys anybody in that lineup? Uh, Anybody like anybody else in that lineup as a long term other than those two guys? Right? Not going to be a good, solid, you know, borderline all-star type of player or all-star. I mean, I think we could say that Jazz is probably the all-star representative, and Sandy, but Sherilyn says I maybe likes the under, but she's not sure. Doesn't value on the Marlins? I think value is on the Marlins for sure here, no doubt. I'm kind of want to lean to him a little bit, just a little bit concerned about Cabrera. So I'm going over with Justin here. Hello, Jamal. Butterscotch will lay it with Philly. Hello, Daniel. Good to see you.
We had the over 9.5.
The over. We can say
Yankee
it right
game.
now. Great to have you. I don't know if we've had Daniel before. Maybe we have, but hello, Daniel.
Escobedo.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
I'll take the over, Miami and Philly.
Ramon, over.
Can I give it? Can I have any of the courage to give out an under at all? After giving the stat, telling and again, I mean, you're not going to hit every one, and I'm not just over to stay with that trend. But until the books make and I don't know, you look at some of these totals, maybe they are continuing to adjust. There have been, that Rockies game, that 13, it was definitely, some openers that were at 12. Hey, I did have a little bit of breaking news here right now coming in on the lineup front today, a game we've already talked about.
Okay.
Mindy's not going to like it too much.
Why not?
But it is that Yordan Alvarez, he's going to be out of today's lineup today for the Astros. He'll be taking a rest today, not an injury, but Alvarez, certainly one of the best hitters around.
Sure.
He's out of the lineup today.
He's been much of their offense a lot of the days.
Well, yeah, good point. Good point there. What did I do in that game? Do you? Was that one that
you picked over? Do you want to change your mind after all that?
I can't. No, I can't.
It was like 20 minutes. Do you want to change your mind?
It took me 20 minutes to.
Well, Alvarez is out. I need to reconsider.
Yeah, well, that one just came across, and it's not something where, that report. I mean, that just literally broke right now. Whether or not it's going to affect the total, I would expect right now that line to dip a little bit. Whether it'll be a full half a run, I'm not sure, but there will be some movement to follow up on that momentarily with Alvarez not in the lineup. You'll see at least the line, might see it come down to 9.5 under. Maybe it could go to 9. So, anyways, a few more comments here maybe about this game, and no, okay. Okay, Butterscotch says there it goes in that game where the Astros were down to 156. Maybe he's talking about that. So yeah, maybe I was talking from a totals perspective, but I think there would be some movement on Pittsburgh as well. So sounds like Ziggy wants to go over here and Angels money line in this game. We're back to the. Did we move on to Nationals and Angels?
Yeah, you had put it up there.
Did I put it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking. I'm sorry, I was looking behind the production wall and looking at the odds screen, so I didn't see that I had actually moved us on, right? Because we made our play in Marlins and Phillies. So, okay, let's take a look then, Mindy, at the Nationals and the Angels. And Mindy, I'm sure you're happy to see Griffin Canning. It's been 650 days since we saw Griffin Canning start a game. I think everyone was pretty happy with the way he started his career a little bit. And just unfortunate to have to get the TJ, but worked his way back. It's been almost 2 years. And he's going up against Mackenzie Gore, who actually has been one of the bright spots so far for the Nationals.
Right. I mean, both of these pitchers here can be lights out today. It's going to be interesting to see how they do. Sometimes you're all, better after Tommy John, right? I mean, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Nationals here on the run line. The Nationals still have that better batting average, the better on-base percentage. I know the Angels covered that run line last night. I like the Nationals on that one too. But it's one of those that the Angels haven't been covering that run line here at all. They had lost about 5 straight prior. Taking the Nationals here again today on the run line. I don't think the Angels are a minus 165 here today in this one.
Yeah, and it was Shohei Ohtani yesterday too. So
Right.
let's give the uh, Shohei a little bit of credit too. It was still just 2-0 or whatever it
Yep,
was.
2 to
So
nothing.
I'll take the Nationals with you. Maybe Gore. Look, I'm pretty familiar with him. Obviously, Padres really, end up giving up. I don't giving up a lot there, of course, in the Soto deal, but um, for me, he was a underachieved as a prospect for the Padres. Did not his timeline, even though he was young and maybe he was on a fast track, did not necessarily arrive. Maybe even at the expected time. I think the expectations were too high for Gore. So he's still certainly got plenty of upside for the Nationals. So I like him still long term. Not some superstar. You just want guys who can give you innings and be serviceable. And the Nationals are obviously in a total reclamation project. So why not? I'm going to take the Nationals with you. The Angels, there's no doubt. I mean, okay, at least the bullpen's a little bit rested, but other than that, here's Sherilyn on the Angels. We did see already. I showed that right. Ziggy would go over, and funny. So last night, Mindy, though, you see all those overs, but then look at the West Coast games a little bit, and we
Right.
know that West Coast, especially at night. Now this is a day game, so lighter air certainly. So maybe there will still be runs, especially with. Uh, we'll see Canning. I would think that I don't know about pitch count. I mean, you're still in Tommy John. I mean, obviously, when you're coming back, you've worked your way.
Yeah.
Your arm has gotten a workout. I mean, you don't go out there just like, gee, I haven't
Yeah,
pitched in
it's
a
been
while.
rehabbed for sure.
I'm in
Yeah.
spring training. No, when you go through Tommy John, you're probably actually throwing more because you have to build your strength up. Start slowly, and it takes a long, long time. We've seen miracle. I don't say miracles, but we've seen comebacks in shorter time, 650 days. Good job, Griffin Canning. Justin on the over. TJ said over K's. Is that just both teams, pitchers, batters? I don't know in there. Washington, I almost would be willing to take the money line, but Mindy wants to go run line. I'm down with that. And TJ said, yeah, well, no doubt. I mean, Tommy John's a little bit of a secret as far as, well, I don't want to say secret, but I mean, sucks when it happens a second. After the second time, you're definitely like, maybe not so much. Yeah, Gore has pitched well. Nats money line, Demetrius Nats plus the run line. We'll take them. Let's take Nationals. Another play for us, Mindy. Here.
Up to 5.
Oh boy,
5 consensus plays.
you got to do it. The
Right.
A's and Waldachuk, the Orioles and Kramer in this one. Orioles $1.80, 9/15.
Well, Waldachuk has been, I don't know, pretty bad. 14 runs and 2 starts. Kramer not great either. That 10.13 ERA going over the total, Ramon, of 9 runs here in this one.
Steen came in on the over, and that's why you're seeing, I think, at the price. Ziggy would go over in this one. If Ziggy's going over, I'm probably going over. How many overs could we play? Any more on this one? Let's see. Orioles run line here for Sherilyn. So, yeah, I've got concerns with Waldachuk. The Orioles do end up seemingly to find a way to beat up on these A's. They came back yesterday. Hey, welcome. Is that Ron Crawford? That's is coming in with a different name. Ron Crawford is a great sports chat room guy. This is Deron Crawford, so I don't want to downplay Deron's arrival. I just was wondering if maybe this was Ron Crawford, the famous sports internet chat room person. I make celebrities out of these folks, our chat, but I mean, I see other guys in other chats. There's a gentleman by the name of Ron Crawford who has uh, his own. I mentioned Mindy. We want everyone to have their own little nickname. Ron Crawford, the chat room sports expert, is known for his famous spreadsheet plays. But this might be Deron Crawford, just a coincidence. But let me know, Deron, if you are Ron Crawford. But if you're Deron Crawford, I certainly want to respect your name and say it correctly. So I just didn't know if maybe all those years I knew Ron Crawford and he went by Ron Crawford and he said, I'm going to be Deron in this. He wouldn't do that, though. Okay, here's Demetrius. He wants Baltimore money line in the over. Solo here is on the over in this one. Probably just go over. It's easier. It's easier than trying to overthink it. And here you go. A butterscotch. It's a scotch lock. Justin said it's over easy with these two pitchers. Okay, thanks, Deron. Maybe if I'm not pronouncing Deron, which just sounds like Deron, but Athletics and Tigers are dumpster fires, says Ziggy. Probably over, says Sherilyn. And TJ on the over. Will go over, Mindy.
All right, number 6. Orioles.
And 4 of them are overs, right? Or 5. I don't know. I think 4 of them.
We're going to hit that percentage, Ramon. We're going to hit it.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll just go over and take our 57.7% and go home. It's
That's easy. Easy money.
Not as fun, but who cares, right? That's what I talked about yesterday a little bit. When Tony, going back to the same pick over and over with like Tampa Bay, right? It feels dirty in a way, but
it's making you money.
Who cares? Yeah. Okay, the Red Sox, Chris Sale, and Tampa Bay. This is going to be Bradley coming in. So I don't know, Mindy. Here's my thought process on Bradley, and here we have Taj Bradley, a pretty good prospect for the Ray. One of their best prospects. Certainly, I think he's their top prospect. You talked about Eflin already. He's injured. He's got back issues. So here comes Taj Bradley. Okay, he's on the Rays. He's a pitching prospect. I figure he's probably going to go out there and just toss 4 or 5 scoreless innings, even though he's never pitched in the major leagues. Because bottom line is he's on the Rays.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it is, right? I mean, it's kind of more about, I guess what the Red Sox are going to do, not maybe what the Rays will do, right? And then you have Sale here that gives up a ton of runs. He has a 16% K rate, has a .392 batting average versus this Rays team. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go over the total. I know that's surprising. That's where I'm headed, going over.
Steam came in on the over here, you guys. So, more chances. Sale. Look, he did get a win in that, but 11.25 ERA for Sale so far. TJ is calling him a clown. Remember, I mean, I've got to. Yeah, Curtis. Let's see here. I've got to cut the sleeves off. I can't pitch. I don't want to get down on him too much, but Sherilyn says over City. Can I take another over? with you. Dimitri, Tampa Bay money line. It's is the door closing finally on uh, Tampa Bay's winning streak, you guys? Is Boston the team to do it? Would this be the time to do it? So even though Taj Bradley is rated high on the prospect scale, he's still 4.36 ERA in 14 AAA starts. Looking at his numbers over here. So Tampa Bay, they did have, the one close game, still 10 of their 11 wins by 4 or more runs.
It was 7 there for a while. 7 runs or more. Now 4 runs or more.
Looks like just fire on Tampa Bay, Scott says. I'll take the over with Mindy. What the heck? I mean, Steam came in on the over. I already have the over. Look, probably not getting the best price. There definitely was. Oh, let me see though. 8 over. It's definitely 8.5. I don't. Let me look at the odds screen here across the board and see if there are any books here at 8.5, Mindy, because I don't know if they're.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all at 8.5 now, right? So that line on the screen is long gone. That's all right.
Okay.
We'll take it, right?
Right.
I'll take it over. A few more. Is there another comment here on it? Let's see. Sure, I'm taking the Rays forever. Forever and ever. TJ said Tampa. Rays said Solo. Solo said Rays. Rays said Solo. TJ on the over. Who was the other? Is there another clown? Is there a clown here? Oh, I missed a few of the plays. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Justin said Tampa team total over. Yeah, they'll probably smash Sale, right? Just wonder Boston, maybe they can get some offense here against Tampa. Maybe they can't. I mean, did anybody look up Tampa on their futures? I think someone mentioned it. Are they down to like 14-1 to win the World Series or something like that? What do you guys think of that price? And would you even consider it now? Is that even though that I don't know who's
A lot of ball to be played.
a lot of ball to be played, but is that what you said or somebody in the chat said that?
Me. That's what I say. I think it's
Okay,
too
but
early.
I mean, look, there's no
We're
one's
not even
gonna.
like halfway, you know what I mean?
No, we're not even. We're not even a tenth of the way.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to just make sure there's not any problem.
I'm just saying you don't know what can happen injury wise. I mean, there's so many things. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't really like the futures too much myself, so
okay. Well, look, no one's chalking the Rays startup as a fluke, though. I mean, we know that
right.
year after year, Tampa is a solid organization right now. In fact, I mean, if you look at the way they build the right, we know that other teams spend money. And no one would fault me for saying that Tampa's the best team, right? The best program, the best. You know, we just joked about Bradley coming up, right? He hasn't been anything too spectacular, even though he's a top prospect of the team. But he'll probably show up and be terrific because why not? He's on the Rays. Everything they do seems to be just fine with their mishmash of a
Yeah, all you
lineup.
gotta do is get run support
Yeah,
and you
well,
can
I
be the
mean,
best
no,
pitcher around, right?
yeah, well, look, there's no doubt that they've got some, uh, some nice players. I mean, no one is gonna, think that a Rosarena is no good or whatever. Good players, good ball team. All right, we better get rolling here. We've already been here like 90 minutes. Feels like. We're on another over here, Mindy.
All right.
Tigers and Blue Jays. Rodriguez uh, and Gausman, and well, got a big favorite here now with Toronto at 270, 8.5. And this one is definitely moving under. When I put these odds in a couple of hours ago, was 8.5 over 25. Here's a game that's actually, it got steamed over, but this total now seems to be 8.5 under 15 in the consensus line.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking to the under. Both of these teams put up, 31% K rates. I mean, they're only allowing, 250 batting averages. I'm going under the total here in this one today, Ramon.
Okay, we found a spot that Mindy's gonna take the under here.
Right. Not so sure.
Well, I just
Uh,
I didn't want to ruin a good thing, so probably just take the Rays. I mean the Jays on the run line here today. Uh, Tigers have lost both of Rodriguez's first two starts, so I think the Jays here might be able to do it. Let's see if the chat can tell me something. All right. I missed. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Scotch is already coming in with a lock here. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, TJ, what's going on. Make sure I'm not saying anything to offend anybody.
no, they were talking about the Yankees. Yankees is TJ's team, and Rodney saying that he likes the Rays, and the Yankees are finally going to lose to the Orioles, and then they will get their manager fired.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure no one was arguing with anybody. I
No, no,
might be misinterpreting it.
no.
Does he have TJ has a problem with the? Okay, I'll just move on and tell me if that's something bad. We'll fix it. But
Oh, I think we're good.
okay, thank you, because I had me distracted just a little bit. Want to make sure everybody's kosher in our chat, because we've got to make sure everyone's respectful in our chat. That's what we're all about here. Um, Someone said that Rodney had the Oh, okay. I see what. Yeah. Well, I was talking about what TJ was saying, but I
Oh,
see.
I think it was about the guy that we don't talk about anymore. Still.
Oh, wow. Someone took care of that behind the scenes. Maybe. Okay. Rodney, yeah, go ahead and lock Tampa winning in the AL East. Uh, yeah, it's still going to be hard, but this, it's kind of like, you know, golfing, right? When you have your handicaps, right? They're going to have a pretty good start to the season, which is going to give them the head start that they kind of need. TJ here says Blue Jays minus a run and a half. I think that's the way I'm going to end up here with them. Let's see. Demetrius, Toronto money line and the under. Justin does like the over here. Steam came in on the over. I'm not going with Mindy, but Sherilyn is kind of siding with you here. Maybe I don't want to be the guy that doesn't go under because he doesn't want to go under. Good morning to Howard here today. Butterscotch might even lay 2.5 runs in this one. Feel bad for the Tigers. They look, they did fight back, right? There was plenty of runs scored yesterday in that game, right? So Theo Green here today.
Good
Great
morning.
to have you as always. And I will come in on the run line with Toronto today. Mindy on the under here in this one. All right. Almost done with baseball here. It's been an hour of half hour picks and a half hour me, trying to make up things to say while I find what pick I want to be on. The Reds and Braves, the two pitchers we're hoping are good in the future. Strider, right now, I mean, he's past screen up, really, and he's a big favorite here too at 265. 8 under 25. This one maybe moving up a little bit on the total wise here, but the steam came in on the under, believe it or not, Mindy.
Well, that's where I was going to head, right? I'm going to go under the total with Strider on the mound. I mean, he shuts down this Reds team. I mean, listen to this batting average. A .038 batting average is what he gives up versus the Reds with his low heat, maxing out at what, about 70 miles per hour. I'm going to go ahead and take the under here.
Yeah, we know Hunter Green has to have better control, I guess, is what everybody says. Strider continues to, look decent, like he's going to be one of a real good pitcher. We know he's already pretty darn good. So I think at this price, I have to lay the run line. Reds have lost both of Green's starts so far. I think the Braves have split in Strider's starts. Is that right? And I'll end up on the Braves run line here. What is the chat going to do with this one, though? Can they? Cheryl likes Strider a lot. Here's Ziggy would go under in this one. Maybe this is a spot for and under. And here's Butterscotch, though, likes the Reds here. And here's Sherilyn with her official pick, Braves run line. Demetrius. Braves money line and under in this one as well. All right. That sounds like enough here from the chat in this one. So, got a couple of plays for you in that one. All right. A couple more here, Mindy, and your Royals are going to take on yesterday. Wow. That was something with them. I mean, let's give them credit for, continuing to fight hard, Mindy. But once again, the Rangers were able to get it done, right? So 165, yeah. This total moving up just a couple of hours ago was 8.5. Now it's already 8.5 over 25 as the steam came in on the over.
Stop it, Ramon.
I'm just not trying to make it seem like, we're morning steam, we're team steam, so I have to say the steam every time. But and I just want to be clear, as I don't make this clear enough. But when I say the steam, that means like the screen lit up and the morning came across. So when I say it, I'm just not using it as a catchphrase here on Team Steam, the morning steam. My favorite word is steam. I'm always betting steam. The steam actually came in on the over.
Well, with Keller on the mound, it doesn't really surprise me. He doesn't strike out anyone, Ramon. No one. He doesn't strike out anyone. And then, you have Evaldi that gives up a .475 batting average versus the Royals. This one's going to go way over, isn't it? I'm taking the over.
I just don't want you to be down on, a pitcher like Keller who really give, you get a good effort. I mean, a match.
All right. I always am impressed by effort. That's right.
Already missing. I mean, at 8.5 over, and we're, it feels like it might even go higher. So we better get on it. It's an over, right? I mean, I'll take an over with you. We need winners. Why not just go over?
Right.
No, the steam came in on the over, and look again. This is another one where, and maybe it's because of that. And I talked about it yesterday with, I like some of your Royal. I like Pasquantino.
he's good.
I always love Sally. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I like some of the bats, but
They're
we don't.
likable guys. But
Oh,
I mean, I kind of agree with Sherilyn, right? I mean, the Royals kind of stink. I mean, what can you do?
all right.
You know, but I can still support the nice guys on the team.
Okay. All right. I want to say hello to Miles Bergens here today. I don't know what Sam Smart Picks means, but welcome.
Sam Smart picks. Hmm.
Ziggy here on the Royals run line.
Okay, so Ziggy doesn't always think the Royals stink too bad.
I,
He's been on the
I
Royals a lot more than most this
well,
season.
I'm good with you on the total over, of course. I mean, but I was actually trying to maybe find a chance to take the Royals here. We'll see. Butterscotch though on Texas run line, and Daniel on Royals run line. So a little bit of discrepancy here. It looks like Ziggy would take the Royals run line. Michelle's on the Royals, and yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was. And again, I mean, my personal play wasn't anything on the show. I don't want to be, a guy I didn't tell anybody. And not one of these things where it's a play anywhere. It was just a bet on the Rangers on the
That's what I
run
had.
line. So
Rangers run line too. So
yeah, just to I'm not coming here and say I got a bunch of winners tail me because I mean my plays are up there. You see the winners. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I had them on the run line for a bet, a money bet. So okay, we're online in that one. Over again. It's so easy. Demetrius is on it as well. One more game, Mindy, and I got news for you,
what?
for you and everybody else. Well,
What is it?
you see the line right there with Kershaw minus $1.65. Forget it. It's at least $1.55. The steam is coming in right this second on the Giants. Everybody, if you've got an odd screen, you'll see it lighting up currently. The steam is coming in right now on the Giants today, as we speak. So I'm going to call it a buck 55 or so. I think there's still some 160s out there, but it's definitely moving to the Giants, and the total is moving under. That 7.5 is now 7.5 under 15, or even as low as 7.5 under 20 right now.
Okay, well, this is another one that I'm going to go ahead and go over the total here. Kershaw gives up a .306 batting average versus this Giants team. And Cobb, look at what he does. An awful 4.14 batting average he gives up versus the Dodgers here. Looks like to me this is going to be a lot of runs here. But I would lean to the Dodgers, so I'm a little bit surprised, I'm going to say.
Going over though.
Yes, I'm going over.
Okay, yeah, these teams have definitely put up some overs so far this year. Dodger bats pretty decent for sure, but what happened yesterday? Maybe the Giants. I thought maybe
I
that.
don't know. I liked
Well,
the Dodgers yesterday.
you do. Well, say it again, Mindy.
I said I liked the Dodgers yesterday. So yeah, I mean,
Well, it sounds like you
I was
still like
surprised to
them
see
today.
the Giants what they put up yesterday.
It sounds like you still like them today a little
I
bit.
do. Yeah.
You went to total, so I've got the Giants. I'm taking the Giants today on the money line. With Cobb here. Kind of maybe a move against Kershaw. And now that I see this team coming in, I'm going to respect my sharps today in this matchup. Ziggy here is on the Dodgers, however. And Curtis is having some fun. Oh, look at this. I didn't see it. The Scotch lock right here. Sherilyn says Kershaw take him. I don't know if it's an encouragement for Clayton to take him or if she means Kershaw will take them down type of thing. is what it might sound like to me more. Michelle's with me on the Giants. Demetrius says Dodgers and under, and just to let Demetrius know, and I'm sure he's what I just talked about. I mean, this game totally moving lower. I mean, it's 7.5 juice to the under. So taking 8, you're going to be laying at least $1.45 or $1.50, but you could have been just looking at yes, the line was definitely overnight was 8. I think the opener, the overnight, whatever. Justin on the over here, I think with Mindy. Steam came in on the under, but now it continues to move lower. So night games in San Francisco. Maybe I could take a look and see what's weather-wise, what's happening if the old computer didn't crash over here in the middle of the show again.
Bum, bum, bum. I thought we heard it fire back up.
I need to switch this one and this one over here, and so good point by Dart Thrower there. Okay, that's baseball. Thank you. Good plays, Mindy. Would we have 10? It felt like 10.
8 plays.
Okay, fun day in the major leagues. We've got, obviously all those day games. Let's continue, and we'll go to the NBA next. And like I said, I was really pleased. I swept the board sides. I gave out both totals of the winners on Monday's show. I had the premiums on the winners yesterday. Let's see if they. We didn't get a chance to look at the records over there today. I just want to see if we could take a look at Tony's picks yet.
Site maintenance.
Yeah, right. That's what. Yeah, but no, and because the thing was, I wanted to bring it up if I can. So before we go into let me update the leaderboard. I've been waiting, Mindy, because Mindy Hahne is on top of the handicapper leaderboards for yesterday. Great job, Mindy, with 13 and heavy volume. Totally got it done, though. What was your strat? Sorry, I'm putting this in the middle of the show, but there was a little bit of site maintenance, so the records weren't up there. Mindy, what was your strategy yesterday? Sounds like a lot of baseball. Don't touch on who maybe, but what was going on yesterday with your heavy volume and your winning day?
Yeah, I mean, the heavy volume was in Major League Baseball. I did have 4 plays in on the NBA. I went opposite Ramon. I had both overs in those games. So I know it was one of those things that's hard for me because I have numbers, right? I have where we've been playing, what we've been doing. But I know historically when we get into the playoffs that those have been under games. So I still went ahead and I played my plays. So I went opposite. You of course got the better of me on those, but I did have both winners on the sides there with you.
Oh, great.
But yeah, otherwise I had 3 games in the NHL as well. Went 2-1 there also.
Yeah, I also had winners there in the NHL totals, of course. I had under in Detroit and Carolina, and my other one was actually Boston puck line. Did throw in a clunker. Edmonton, Colorado over was a loser, but I was 5-4, so I was in the profit. Pravi yesterday, 10 winners. Rafi Riddle, 75% yesterday. Nick Lagarettos, 60%. Josh Pope, 67%. Sean and Collins in the profit yesterday. For the last 7 days, I'm on top of the leaderboards, 889 units. Sean Dinwiddie, close to 70% there, plus 725 units. Ralph Raymond, good percentage as well, plus 635. Mindy, you're in the green solidly over the last 7 days, as is Tiffany, Collins, and Sam. Last month, I'm on top there, and also for the year, hanging around there, just hanging around 6,000. Okay. In a little intermission.
Easy money, Ramon. Easy money.
Little intermission just to show. Really want to point that out, though, Mindy's marks. yesterday. So we'll get back to there because we didn't have that portion of the show today, and I didn't do the leaderboard video yet because I didn't have that. So, um, all right, the Bulls and the Raptors here, Mindy. Uh, in this one, the Raptors now, let's see, I don't think there's been any movement here in this one over the last. Oh, boy. Yeah, there has, huh? 5.5, and the total 212.5. Steam definitely came in on the under in this one. And boy, that's a pretty low total.
I don't want anything to do with totals right now. I seem to just be on the wrong sides of all these here. So I mean, it's we'll chalk it up to experience here moving forward, right? But I kind of expect the Bulls here to turn up the defense today. It's one of those. I think Beverly might go out there and harass the folks here on half court pressing today. I think the Bulls are going to take advantage of these higher shooting percentages. They're better from the free throw line, and as we saw last night, I mean, free throws can make the difference. You had Connolly going ahead and putting up 3, but then you had Anthony Davis missing some. I mean, it's one of those I think it's going to be an important part of the game. Bulls here, I think they're better on the road too. I'm going to take the Bulls here today, plus the points.
They do seem to play pretty well on the road. Look, these two teams are kind of familiar. I mean, we talk about, the familiarity of teams with one another. We saw interesting results, I think, from these two teams. Let's see what the chat has to say. Mindy on the Bulls so far. Ziggy on the Raptors here. Raptors won the last one back on 28th of February, 104.98 covering the spread. The Bulls won at home. The Raptors won back in November at home. Okay. Butterscotch, our Chicago correspondent. Bulls can win this one outright. And I may put in a little, look at that money line parlay.
Right. 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Get me some Slurpees.
Well, I'm kind of all about the dogs to a certain extent in these.
That's what we had yesterday, right?
Right. I mean, you see how closely rated right in the matchup. Like the teams, they basically have the same win-loss record. It seems all these kind of all these teams in these few games, right? Because they were so close in the standings, of course. And then you see the home teams favored. Look, it's not a football game, but most people still build in 3 point. Do you think a standard home court is 5 points in basketball? I
don't know. I mean, I always do that for football, but I don't know how much the home court's worth in.
Okay.
4 points.
Well, it just seems like the lines were too high. Like they should have. Like the lines were too high to me on these favorites.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Doubles also from Chicago says the Bulls, but it should be closer than 5. Miles here today. Obviously knows what's going on, even though we just met, and he likes the dogs. Thomas Lewis here on Chicago. Michelle says lay the points here with the Raptors. And Ziggy says these underplays have been good. Yeah, no doubt. TJ on the Bulls here. Miles says under 220. Now, I don't know if Miles is looking to tease it or, definitely it's pretty low, 212.5. Demetrius says under 214. And that's the number that I put on screen early. So he might have been just typing that in off that. I mean, there's no doubt it's lower everywhere you look. And in fact, Mindy, I had the games already low. This one I did not type these in.
Okay.
2 hour. I had these typed in from because I didn't know if on the. Remember when I asked or I didn't ask you, but I just had the games loaded up because I didn't know if we were going to look at all the games, and for some reason I typed.
Gotcha.
So the number that I had typed in, this total did not go down 1.5 points in the last 2 hours, is what I'm trying to say. I just had the graphic entered in for an extra day. I think it's clear that it's been. It did maybe go under within the last 12 hours, another half a point to get to this 212.5. So pick zombies here today. Nice to see you pick zombies. Great contributions from you. Thank you. Also in the Discord. Thank
For
you.
sure. You guys are doing great in there.
Yeah, it looks just you guys are having a lot of fun, and I know there's only a little small handful, but more people will interact. I'm trying to get in there a little bit, mix it up. Justin under Sherilyn says fade the Bulls. Big zombies, who can't trust them. No, I think one thing, and I don't mean necessarily about these two teams, but maybe I'll talk about it in the next game. I'll wait on that. I will remind me, folks, if I don't say what's your comment, Ramon. I think I'll be obvious in the next game, but it's going to pertain to this game too. Respect the steam here. Oh, interesting point. You have DeMar. And I love the Pat Bev angle, right? When we think of playoff defense a little bit, the harassing. Look, you guys, don't you think yesterday, and looking now, I'm not preaching it because I had the unders and they were very solid. I wasn't even concerned necessarily. Yeah, I mean, you're like, oh, geez, with that foul by Davis, and I'm on the under. But I wasn't going like, oh, geez, now it's going to
Well, that
go.
one was way under, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
way. Yeah. I mean, you had a little bit more to
The
sweat
regular
maybe in
season game,
Hawks.
right? No,
Yeah.
if that was a regular season where it ended up at whatever 98, 98, and it was 232, whatever it was, I'd be, oh geez, here we go. Because right in overtime they could score like 25 points. Sometimes it seems like so. But in the playoff, I was like, and sure enough, I mean, there was only a couple of baskets, three or
Yeah.
four by each
Well,
team.
they got 105. I mean, Buck or not Bucks. Timberwolves stayed on that forever.
Dart likes the Raptors to get it done here, crush, and maybe a little homerism there because I'm gonna end up taking the Bulls with you here. I think these two teams, kind of familiar with one. Toronto, great spread record at home. Bulls just a 50% proposition against the spread on the road, and look, Toronto may have a 500 record, but they're still. Tell me what it was. At least 2/3. It seemed like about a 2/3 winning percentage at home, 67% winning percentage at home, and the Bulls definitely sub 500 on the road. But I don't know. To me, the familiarity of these teams, it feels like with one another. That's what it feels like to me. There's that Yukon play thing. But Theo says Raptors money line. Yeah. Oh, and so that's what I was going to say was a little bit not about the next game too. I'm talking one more comment, but just didn't it feel like yesterday? So the games yesterday, they did see like some scoring surges where you're like, oh, it could be going. But it's almost like rather than in the regular season, especially late in the season, where teams are like, they just keep. It would almost be like, okay, timeout, let's readjust, and the defense came right back. You'd see stops and
Anthony
whatnot.
Davis was the one that impressed me
Uh-huh.
yesterday. I thought Anthony Davis impressed me defensively yesterday. I think he was the reason why, especially like towards the end of the game, they went. Timberwolves went like over 8 shooting, and that was a lot to do with him getting out there on top of the key and harassing him. I think.
And they were giving him a hard time because of that bad foul, and no doubt shouldn't have done. If the guy
Sure.
ties the game up with a miracle shot, you let him have it. The big mistake for the Lakers was letting them get the ball to someone in. It was a great pass. I mean, who's going to necessarily guard in the corner, and that's why the closeout was so long and lanky, and he crashed into him because he had to come from so far back. But no reason to go like for a game-winning block. I mean, you already got beat with the pass. If he makes it, he makes it. You're already going to overtime. Instead, you put a Conley in there that, yes, even his worst short arm free throw, he's so good, it still went in. I mean, right? I mean,
Barely,
nobody
yeah.
else makes that type of free throw, but he has the perfect way to roll it in, anyways. So,
Pretty clutch there, yeah.
all right, Thomas says if Bulls win, it's going to go over. I don't know if I see it that way. I mean, I'm, you know where I'm probably headed with this one.
Right.
Yeah. And an interesting dart, still a little bit more of a Lonzo backer, and I agree. I hope Lonzo can make it back because I think his game is cerebral and he is uh, sees the court like not like everybody. It's just unfortunate. Hopefully his career is not over. All right, Bulls here for TJ. Yep. And again, I think what happened on that one, Scotch. I think if you look at Minnesota and the vibe that they had a little bit, maybe Gobert is one of those guys, right? Kind of interesting how they, rallied together. But and another thing was that even though they were, yeah, and I thought that there were other players that were missing were a little bit even more key, right? But come on, the Lakers and nearly a double-digit favorite against anybody, please. Thomas, Chicago, and over. Justin, Bulls, and under. So we're seeing everybody going two ways, a little bit. Miles on the under. Well, I don't know. He keeps going back to that 220. I don't know where we're getting that. I'll go under 220. Where's that book?
Ramon's still looking for it.
Yeah.
Minus 300, maybe. Get under 220.
No, we got hockey coming. Unless you got to go, TJ. Thank you. Yep, Mindy said it. Okay. All right. Yep, let's move on, Curtis. I think we covered this one. We're on the Bulls here. Thunder and Pelicans. So what I want to say here, Mindy, I'll let you go first, actually, before I say it.
Oh, great. No, you should just say it now. I'm kidding.
Well, the Pelicans are favored by 5.5, and the total here is 227. This one definitely has not moved as much. Steam definitely came in, though, I would say, official, on the under here. I mean, this one opened really as high as 231 across the board, and that got slammed down. I'm showing what's on the screen there, 227, but now I'm starting to see some 226s even.
Well, Ramon, I'm gonna go over. I know it's not probably a fashionable pick here, whatever you want to say. But over the last three games here, OKC, they have put up close to 118 on average. I have them projected about like 127. So I also know that OKC, they haven't been playing very good on the road. If I take a look at the longer look back here, but yeah, I mean, I think the Thunder's going to have to go out here and play a fast tempo here. They do pace about 101 possessions here per contest. Top scoring offense, bottom scoring D. Going to take a look at the over here. Still 5-1 the Thunder's last 6 road games. Also taking the over. There we go.
Okay. Oh, Thomas says, sorry about that. I showed the wrong one there, but he says OKC and the points. Demetrius was on Thunder and under. Butterscotch on the Thunder. Thomas, Pelicans minus the points there, it looks like. Oh, no. Sorry about that, Thomas. I just went back and looked at what you said. Yeah. And okay, and thank you, Sherilyn. So, yeah, my comment is actually my analysis. So,
All right, here we go.
I won't forget it. I just wanted to remind myself and everybody that about what my comment is. And that is, we go back to what was working in the regular season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder really are the cover monsters, right? We know them as the cover buddies, as they call them across the street. That nickname that they've earned because of their awesome spread record. They're always in it, hard trying. I don't know. Is this, if you look at these 4 games, I don't know. This is the most fun game. I don't know. This feels
Sure.
like a great game, and give credit to the Pelican. If anything, I give credit to the Pelicans, but I thought they'd actually finish. I thought they'd have to maybe finish better than this. Actually, um, I almost want to. The Thunder's never a disappointment. The cover monsters, yeah. I'm on the Thunder. I don't know if we have to go any further than that. I mean, analysis wise, I mean, I could go with the personnel as to why I might think I'm down with the Thunder. But again, New Orleans, look, the Thunder were not a good cover team down the stretch. But again, I like let's throw out the last 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks on a lot of teams, a lot of games, the whole season, the whole NBA season. Almost wipe away the last month of the slate and get back to what was working when the games mattered. And these games matter now. Even if they are marginal 500 teams playing in the little play-in. I mean, Pelicans finished 2 games over 500. I thought they should have done better. I'm happy for them. They're a young team, still growing. And because of Zion, they weren't going to get there, so that tempered the expectations. So maybe they're where they deserve to be. But I think that given the way they played at points, they should have finished stronger. The Thunder, 2 games under 500, felt like they're a lot felt like they finished above 500 because we made so much money on them, right? I mean, they finished, I don't know, it's funny. They were only 11 games over 500 against the spread, but they were terrible against the spread down the stretch. Remember, they were much higher than that against the spread there for a while. So Pelicans still have the better spread record at home than the Thunder do on the road. Close game here. I've got to think an exciting game, close game, and interesting comment there
Zion
uh,
trying to play.
about Zion. Yeah, I mean, I feels like his season's over, right? I think probably just throwing a little humor into there, right? Has there been talk about Zion? No, I think I want to just say also that I'm seeing in that Toronto game, sixes starting to pop up in a lot of places. Toronto starting to take a little action here, and I'm seeing six now over there at DK.
Nice.
So looks like some action coming in on six. Thank you, Scott. I'm gullible, you guys.
April Fools.
Well, did you ever go look that up, Mindy, about the Sports Illustrated
Oh.
April Fools? No.
No, I believe you.
All right. All right, that's the NBA, and we're on Chicago as our play. All right, let's get to that NHL and then get out of here. I'm keeping us 2 hours every day, mostly with my decision making, and not like thinking I'm entertaining or anything. Okay, the Canadians here have just taken some steam while we were yapping away on some of these other sports. The game is actually down to about 350. I don't know if that does anything for anybody. I'm still seeing 365s and 380s, but uh, the notification came up that the Canadians had taken some steam here. Steam's also come in on the under. So right now, you see the numbers there. 350. I don't even know. Let's see what I'm going to call it, or what you might have as a consent. I guess it's still around 350 total. Let's just leave it at this. I think there's varying money lines out there, but it's not as high as it once was. Montembeau is definitely in goal. He is a confirmed goalie here today.
Hey, Ramon, I forgot to kind of take a look at where the Islanders normally are on the puck line. So if you got that information, just for me, that would be that would be sweet.
As far as the line
But
itself,
I'm not going to take a look at the side in this one at all. But I'm just interested what the Islanders look like. At -1.5 on their home puck line.
Mindy, do you mean the actual line itself, or what their trend,
What
like what
their
their
what their trend is, or what their season total is for home puck line.
yeah, 19 and 21.
19 and 21. So they're a
Yeah,
little bit
and
underwater. Okay.
but 15 and 25 as a puck line favorite, and they're
Okay.
minus $1.45 today, so that's not great.
Not great. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't really going to take a look at that. My numbers, it's pretty close, right? I mean, so for me, I'm going to take a look at the under. I like this better when I had it at 6 yet this morning. But I'm going to go under the total here in this one today. Under 4-0 in the Canadians last 4 games here. 5-2-1 the Islanders last 8 overall as well.
Yeah, you know, I would probably be looking myself like to buy it up and just like take 6 under 45 or 50 or whatever it would be now. But we're on the show here, and the line is what it is, and I have to like the under. I think I like Sam as a Montreal fan. I like Sam as the goal, as the team's goalie. You got to go with what you got. I think Sam has some good moments, certainly. It's tough kind of being a Canadians fan. Sorry, dart thrower. I know that, you know, I'm in, for a long time Southern California all my life. But I like the Canadians as one of my favorite teams, at least my favorite East team anyway. So let's see what you guys got in this one. Okay, thanks, Sherilyn. Yeah, we've been again. Uh, our numbers have been decent, no doubt, on this hockey. Uh, so Butterscotch does like the puck line here on Montreal. Look, it's funny. Uh, Montreal, this is a series where they have success, and it's not like maybe the Islanders are. Obviously the Islanders, they continue to have a good season this year. They've been surging after several years of let's call it what it is, mediocrity, even worse than mediocrity sometimes for the Islanders, but still doing a pretty good job. Enough that they're a 350 favorite over the Canadians. I mean, I know the Canadians have been, but Montreal's done very well in this series, and it's not like the Islanders have been some world beaters and Montreal has been, well, yeah, bad. But I mean, they've been kind of the same team for the last several years, and the Canadians have done very well against the Islanders. So it feels kind of high to me. And Scotch says, yeah, maybe 2.5 minus 160. That I'm gonna probably find a way on the Canadians. The Islanders and look, the Islanders they don't make a ton of money at home. In Montreal, they're not. They score some on the road because they are they're usually a pretty big underdog. Ziggy going on the under here. We'll go on the under with Mindy 5.5. And also, you feel better at a 5.5 when you're getting a goal and a half, right?
Right. There were 2 goals for sure.
Or
Yeah.
2.5. So, right? And that remember when I pick zombies? Remember that when a lot of people were. I was the only one on the Capitals that game. I'm pretty sure. I think. Just chime in if you were on the Caps with. I didn't give it out as my pick. I think we were actually on the total in that game the other day, but I was sure that I was. Everyone kept saying, saying Islander. I was like, I don't know, you guys. I'm on the Caps here. I'm liking the Caps here, but no doubt, everybody on the Islanders is going to be out of this one. They already had, a lengthy list of guys, but um, um, they're they. It sucks what's happened to. Uh, the aisles as far as. But let me see who it is out today. But I mean, we know that Romanov is out now, and um, Montreal's got a bunch of. Let's see today. The Islanders just listing Holmstrom and Bailey. The Canadians have out. Well, Savard's out for the season. Yeah, I'm not showing the injury report's not showing it, so I can't comment there necessarily. Yeah, no, pick zombies. I mean, okay, Demetrius, Canadians, and under. Do we say that? Yeah, and no, you just go back and if anybody was with, but everyone was chiming in, and I didn't pick it. We were on the total. I think it might have even been premium consensus, but everyone was saying, I said, I don't know. I'm liking the. I ended up putting a money play on it, so I'm not gonna come here and tell you I had this. Look at my
Where's
look at
your
my green check mark Twitter. No, I didn't tell anybody, but I had a bunch of winners. Okay.
Cracks me
With
up.
Ziggy. Okay, Ziggy was with me in that one. Relly Buns is here today and likes the Montreal. Great price. Let's take the under. I don't know if I can get a premium. I might need 2.5 goals. Stars and Blues. Blues just took some steam here within the last several minutes. So we were on the air at about, let's see, maybe 25 minutes ago. Blues took the steam. Can you get on a Mindy? I don't know. Right now, the line is down to minus 155. The total is going up considerably to 6 over 30. So to me, this sounds like maybe Ottinger might be on a night off here.
Okay, well, I was going to go ahead and go under this total. I don't really like where the Stars and the Blues, sit here dollar wise. Stars have allowed 1 goal a game in their last 3 here now. Blues only allowing 3 goals a game there as well. Under 6-0 in the last 6 meetings here between these two teams. I'm going to go under.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I gotta I gotta like the price at the under. I just don't know if I really, Let me see. Goalie computer's working. Yeah, Wedgwood is confirmed in goal, so that's the big news here. And Hoffer likely for St. Louis, so no Bennington here. So I think that's why the steam came in on the over and the steam came in on the Blues. I think that if anything, maybe one of the biggest goal discrepancies between the one and the two. Uh, Dallas often packs it a little bit tighter, I think, when Wedgwood is in net. Ottinger's that good, so I'm not going to discredit Wedgwood, but I think Ottinger is. I don't know if he's underrated. I think everybody's onto him, right? I mean, he's done a great job. He makes Dallas a great team. So Ziggy, I think Ziggy's saying under here in this one. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Uh, here's Sherilyn on the Stars. Scotch says Dallas in regulation is a Scotch lock. You'd think so. I don't know if this is changing me a little bit here, but I think it is going to. Look, the Stars are, what can you say? I mean, on the road, they're, pretty, well, they're strong always. Is it too high of a price now? So I don't know. They still seem like they're playing really, really well. Demetrius, we know they're playing well. I'm just trying to make excuses for this steam. Just because of this goalie situation, it's obvious to me that that's why the steam came in because the line moved over also. So with these two goalies. No disrespect, man. I know what you're saying. The numbers pointed out. I'm just saying that's why the line has moved. Sherilyn says still like under. So I'll trust Dallas here and take them here on the show. I mean, they're the team that, you know, is a profitable road team. St. Louis, right? So yeah, that over move came in, no doubt about it. Okay, one more, Mindy, and we got to finish this show. I'm so sorry, we're so long. Sharks and Flames, Reimer and Markstrom. And this one, the Flames they're up to 235. So the move came in on the Flames, no doubt. Sharks are pretty bad. Flames have underachieved. Maybe they should smash this one, but if anything, the Flames have been a bit of a money burner at home, and the Sharks are slightly less terrible as far as making money on the road.
Yeah, it's one of those like I'd probably lean to the Sharks on the puck line, but it's like one of those that's not my favorite play at all because it's the Sharks. So I'm gonna go over the total here. I'm hoping that the Flames can you know I guess continue to give up goals. That's kind of how it's been, right? I mean, the Sharks are the ones allowing 6 goals a game. The Flames here are allowing 3 goals a game. So in that case, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take the over 6-0 in the Sharks last 6 overall. 5-1 in the last 6 meetings between these two teams as well.
Yeah, in fact, we might even see different. We might see Kakinen in there actually. Looking at some of the updates now, let me just update it for what it's worth since I didn't close Markstrom's parentheses. It might actually be Dustin Wolf in there. So let's go over. I mean, come on. In this one, look, it's 6.5 over 15, maybe over 20. I still think we're saving. Especially if look, no discredit to Dustin Wolf if he's in there, but we haven't seen him yet. So let's take the over. Let's premium consensus this right now before it gets to 6 over 30 or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to get there, but wow, hey, let's get 2 totals in hockey and go back to where we kill it. All right, you guys, thanks a lot. Let's finish this show. Thank you so much. Head on over to our website, Tony'sPicks.com, where you'll find our premium picks. Mindy's going to give us all of our plays in just a moment.
Yep.
And over there, use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. I'm at 62 units this year. Trying to keep that going. Thought I was going to I thought I was 6-3 yesterday, and then I'm 5-4.
Darn it. That's the worst.
What did I lose? What was that loss that really got me mad? That Astros Pirates under. All right. Flames, a few more plays there. Flames money line for Sherilyn over for Butterscotch, and we're over as well in this show and in that game. Ziggy, Sharks plus a goal and a half. Calgary got eliminated. Sharks have the double. Yeah, no doubt. I don't have a problem with that necessarily. I don't know if I agree with it, but it just seems like the Sharks are finishing really weak. Catch in the Discord, everybody. Here comes the picks in just a moment, but let me share with you the Discord. If you've never been in there, signed up, that's where we have more conversation each day. And you can join us in there and get more plays. There we go. All right, here they come. Here come the plays. Bulls in the NBA plus the points. Here comes those MLBs. Padres over, Yankees over, Twins over, D-backs, Nationals, Orioles over, Red Sox over.
What did we just do?
I don't even know what
that's not totals. It's supposed to be Royals. Dang it.
That's okay, because I was like
Royal.
I thought you were just making something up, and I'm like, total's over. Yeah, 8.5. What did we do? We might have went over 8.5.
We can autocorrect Royals over.
All right. Well, no problem there. But I thought you were saying like 8.5 games over. We went over on.
Right.
Thanks, Thomas. Goodbye, everybody. And one more. Here's the hockey. Islanders under, Sharks over. Thanks.
Winners.
Great job. Thank you. Thank you. Sherilyn, great contributions from you
Yeah, thanks
today.
for everyone.
Really appreciate that. That was great. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all of our premium pick packages today, including this daytime baseball. Mindy and I got to get rolling, folks, because we've got to get these plays in for
Right. When does
today.
it start? Like an hour?
Yeah, yep. First one in an hour. So let's go. Let's go. Thank you, everybody. Bye. There's Butterscotch with the for Mindy Hahne. I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.